We want to continue and tell another story about Rabbi Pinchas of Korets. Rabbi Pinchas had a kollel in the city. There were 10 Avrechim there, and these 10 Avrechim would study Torah, and one of the 10 was called Rabbi Yaakov, who was the head of the kollel. He would sit, he was the head of the kollel, he would ensure they studied, he would teach the students, and every Friday Rabbi Pinchas would give him 10 silver coins for the livelihood of the 10 students. He would designate one coin for the first student, the second, the third, the 10th coin, and he would take one for himself. Friday arrived. Rabbi Pinchas's gabbai gives him an envelope. He starts distributing a coin to the first, a coin to the second, a coin to the third, a coin to the 8th, a coin to the 9th. The coins ran out. So what does he say? Rabbi Pinchas did not give me a coin. He said, maybe Rabbi Pinchas forgot. Next week he will give it to me. He went borrowed money. It was a big struggle. He managed. He got through the Sabbath. However it was, he got through the Sabbath. Once again, another week arrives. Friday arrives. The gabbai opens the door, gives him an envelope with coins. That same person, that same Rabbi Yaakov went, gave a coin to the first, a coin to the second, a coin to the third, to the 9th. The coins ran out. That same person said, what happened? Rabbi Pinchas was very, very precise. He never made any mistakes. It was impossible for him to make a mistake. What happened? Where are the coins? Why hasn't Rabbi Pinchas given me my salary for 2 weeks already? The third week arrived, same thing, no coin. He said, maybe I'll hint to Rabbi Pinchas. How will I hint to him? Should I tell him? It's embarrassing. To tell a rabbi I didn't receive a salary is a great shame. After 3 weeks that he hadn't paid him the money, what did Rabbi Yaakov do? He said, maybe I'll hint to the rabbi that he hasn't paid me. Instead of wearing his Shabbat hat, he wore his weekday hat. He said, I will come to prayer on Shabbat with a weekday hat. Rabbi Pinchas will ask me, why are you wearing your weekday hat? And then I will tell him as a hint that I didn't receive my salary. Rabbi Pinchas of Korets didn't react and didn't do anything. The following Shabbat, he said he also received 9 coins instead of 10. He said, I'll wear weekday clothes. Maybe he will notice that I am wearing weekday clothes. Again, Rabbi Pinchas didn't react and didn't do anything. It had already reached a point where for several months, Rabbi Pinchas hadn't paid him. He was in great distress. Heaven forbid he was not angry at Rabbi Pinchas, but he said, the tzaddik is not giving me my pay. The tzaddik must have a reason. I don't know the reason, but there is certainly a reason for this. In any case, several months go by without a livelihood. The wife is hungry, the children are hungry. What did Rabbi Yaakov do? He went and asked one of the homeowners for help. He said to him, I will start working an hour a day, maybe I will earn a little livelihood. An hour a day he would go and sell wheat. He would sell things for an hour a day and would go to the kollel. An hour a day he would go to work. Slowly but surely he started to succeed. That 1 hour a day began to provide a substantial livelihood. He started working 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, then all day, and became a very, very wealthy businessman. He would study Torah and support others, and he became one of the wealthiest men in the entire region. Slowly, through the business dealings he conducted, he became very, very close to the Tsar, the Russian Tsar. He became his friend and a very close confidant, and a very strong friendship and great love developed between them. And as he became his friend, he started managing his finances, became close to his money, and so years passed, and he became a soulmate to the Russian Tsar. After some time, the Russian Tsar called him and said, I love you more than anyone else. I have no one as loyal as you in the entire kingdom. I'm about to depart from this world. I'm already old and I have no children. I want a legacy to remain after me. And what is the legacy I want to remain? I am building something great, a large gold statue in my likeness, and I want you to travel to China and oversee that everything is done properly. That man said to the Russian Tsar, give me at least 3 days to give you an answer. The journey is very long. If I succeed, what about my wife? What about the children? Give me 3 days to think. In great fear, as he could punish him, he said, during these 3 days, I will go to Rabbi Pinchas and ask for a blessing, for advice from Rabbi Pinchas. He arrived at the house of Rabbi Pinchas of Korets. He knocked on the door. The gabbai says, Rabbi Pinchas does not want to receive you. He can't. He's busy. He can't receive you. That man was in great distress. He came the next day. He still can't receive you. On the third day he says, it is very urgent. They tell him he still can't receive you. He returned to the Tsar with great sorrow and said to him, yes, I will travel to China and I will go to do what you want. The Russian Tsar gave him 2 crates full of gold, and quietly they took him to the ship, put him on the ship to travel to China to prepare the large statue. The captain noticed that there was something inside those crates, and he plotted and thought about how he could steal it and how he could take it. They arrived at the first island. As soon as they arrived at the first island, the captain told all the passengers, get off, walk around, rest a little, be on this island. When I honk 3 times, it's a sign that you need to come, that the ship is leaving. And to that Jew, to that Rabbi Yaakov, he said to him, when I honk 4 times, not 3, then you'll know that the ship is about to leave. This Rabbi Yaakov went, walked around, and there were large fields there full of pears. He sat down and walked around among the trees. Suddenly he hears one honk. He said, that's nothing. A second honk, nothing. A third honk, nothing. Everyone ran to the ship. The ship left. He doesn't hear a 4th honk. Towards evening he arrives at the port. He finds that the ship has left and he is there all alone. It is said that he was there for weeks upon weeks, months upon months. No one else was on that island. For a long period he ate only pears there. That's what grew there, and that's what he lived on until, by chance, after a very long time, a ship passed by, rescued him, and he made his way back to the city. When he arrived in the city, he heard that the Tsar was angry and had taken all his assets. He became destitute and turned into a very simple man. He went to Rabbi Pinchas of Korets crying and told him everything that had happened. Rabbi Pinchas opened the drawer, took out all the coins for all the weeks he hadn't paid him, and said to him, take it. Know that you had a great rectification to perform on that island. If I had told you to go to that island, who knows if you would have gone. You had to go through this whole journey, reach that island, be there, return, and come back to the yeshiva here to study Torah. Every person needs to know in life that wherever the Holy One, blessed be He, takes them, even if they think it is a painful and difficult place, and in every situation a person finds themselves in, you need to know that there you have a great rectification to perform, and there you must stand and cope, and you have something great to arrange and fix in your life. The Holy One, blessed be He, does not make a person go through a journey for no reason. If you have arrived at a place, that is where your rectification lies. Seek out what your rectification is and do what your rectification requires.